Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 18 video. And you guys have seemed to really enjoy the trading videos that I have put on the channel the last couple weeks. So today I came up with another idea. I want to show you guys all of the 99 overall players that you can trade for in connected franchise in the first two seasons, because it's pretty different between year 1 and year 2. So I'm going to show you all the 99 overall players you can trade for in year 1 and what you have to do to trade away for those players, and the same thing for season number 2, because the players' values are different from year 1 to year 2. So there are some 99 overalls you can get in year 2 that you can't get in year 1. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. If you guys have any more ideas like this that you do want to see in future videos, let me know by dropping that comment in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But with that said, let's jump right into the video. So the first player we're going to try to trade for in today's video in season number 1 is the 99 overall tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce. So let's see what it's going to take to bring him in. It is possible, and keep in mind, there are players in year 1 of connected franchise that no matter what you throw at the other teams, you can trade Tom Brady, Julio Jones, Ezekiel Elliott, and the trade won't even be halfway going through. Those players are considered impossible players to trade for. And when I made that video, a lot of people didn't know what I was talking about, so they went out and tried to do the trades on their own. But they use like fantasy drafts or did them like in year 2. If you do that in year 2 and do like fantasy drafts, everything completely changes. But if you use like the normal rosters, there are players that no matter what you trade, there's no way you can make the trade get accepted. But Travis Kelce is not one of those players. But there will be some players in the next season that we can get that we can't get in season number 2 in this video. But we'll get to that in a second. So Travis Kelce, let's see what it is going to take to bring him in. They need a middle linebacker. I'm using Titans for this video. Why? Because they're my favorite team. They need a middle linebacker. Let's try Avery Williamson, who they are interested in. Gonna send that through. Trade's already pretty freaking close to going through. So let's see if a third round draft pick will be enough. So Avery Williamson and a third round draft pick gets it super freaking close. So if we can also trade David Fluellen, our third string running back, and that's extremely close. So how about Matt Castle? Will they take Matt Castle? They don't. Do we have any younger quarterback? Alex Tanny? No. We'll probably have to go with let's go with another draft pick, but still, that's not a lot at all to trade away for a 99 overall player. Let's go with a 5th. So a 3rd, a 5th, and Avery Williamson, our backup middle linebacker for 99 overall Travis Kelce, and it was not accepted. Maybe a 4th. Maybe a 4th. I don't necessarily know exactly what it takes to bring these players in. That's why this video is being made, and it wasn't accepted again. So instead, let's try Alex Tanny and a 2nd round draft pick to bring in Travis Kelce. So can we bring in a 99 overall player by not having to trade away a 1st round draft pick? And it wasn't accepted. So now, this is kind of awkward. Now if we throw in Matt Castle, will this be accepted? And there we go. So it took a little bit longer than expected, but it's trying to finesse as much as possible. So it takes Avery Williamson, our backup middle linebacker, 80 overall, a 2nd round draft pick, and a 69 overall quarterback, 35-year-old Matt Castle, I think he's 35, to bring in a 5-star rated, 99 overall, veteran tight end, Travis Kelce. And we all know the main man, Julio Jones, is a player that I always go after in rebuilds because he is a player that you can easily get. I say easily for a 99 overall player in year 1 of connected franchise. Now, let's see what it's going to take to bring him in. We have a right guard, Josh Klein. That's what their number 1 team need. They also need a left end. And we have a couple guys, Daquan Jones. They are interested in him. We'll try to lay off of him for just a second. How about Carl Klug? They are not interested in Carl Klug, so we probably will have to go over to the left end position and trade away Daquan Jones. But this might go through. I'm not sure. Might be kind of close. And it's in the yellow. So now I think if we throw in that 3rd round draft pick, this will be accepted for Julio Jones. So Josh Klein, Daquan Jones, and a 3rd round draft pick from this year for 99 overall Julio Jones, and F my life. So I think it is going to take maybe a 2nd from next year. Will this be accepted? And it wasn't. So we will probably have to throw in our 1st round draft pick from next year, which is better than having to obviously throw in our 1st from this year. And the trade, come on. So I guess just for video's sake, I will throw in a 1st round draft pick because we just traded away our 2nd to get Travis Kelce. But let's see what else we can get from the Falcons for Julio Jones. See if we can get a 6 from next year or this year along with this deal. And it was accepted. So for Josh Klein, Daquan Jones, and a 1st round draft pick, we bring in Julio Jones and a 6th round draft pick, and I might have also been able to squeeze in a 7th as well. Next player we are going after is 99 overall Greg Olsen. There's not as many 99 overall players as I thought there was. I guess they changed the overalls up a little bit, Normally, like, Aaron Rodgers is a 99, but now he's down to a 98. But we will try to get Greg Olsen. This might be the last 99 overall player you can get in season number 1. And that's like, I think we've tried trading for every 99 overall player. We'll have to see. Maybe there's a couple more. But anyways, let's see. I don't think it should take that much to bring him in. Maybe just a 3rd round draft pick with his age. And that's relatively close. So let's do some epic finessing. Brandon Weeden added to the deal. And that's pretty close. So now if we throw in that running back, David Flewellen, to this deal, how about just this? And right there, boys, talk about freaking finessing. A 3rd round draft pick and a 66 overall running back for a 99 overall Greg Olsen. Trying to get our second 99 overall player of the video, and that is none other than Rob Gronkowski. I don't think I've ever traded for him in a rebuild, but he is a player you can get in Madden 18. So let's see, they do need a left tackle, and with what we've already had to trade away to get some other players, I might have to trade some players that I didn't necessarily want to trade away for this video, but just for the video's sake, we will throw in 31-year-old, keep that in mind, that's big, 31-year-old, 85 overall Wesley Woodyard, and the deal's a little bit less than halfway to going through. Right outside linebacker, I don't know if we want to trade away Brian Arakpo. Can I get somebody? How about Austin Johnson by chance? Not interested in him. How about we don't have a backup left tackle. I don't want to trade away Taylor Lewan. And I might have to go ahead and try to trade away. I don't want to, do I? Oh, you know what? Let's go with Brian Arakpo. Brian Arakpo and Wesley Woodyard for Rob Gronkowski. And that's pretty freaking close. So now, if we throw in Brandon Weeden, will this be accepted? And it was not, which is unfortunate. But I guess that kind of makes sense. And last but not least, let's see what type of draft pick could I potentially trade away for Rob Gronkowski. Do we have a 2nd from next year? How about a 3rd from next year for Gronk? And it is pretty close. I think a 2nd should be enough to make this deal go through. And it wasn't effing accepted. F my life. But this should be enough to make the deal go through. And so just to make this go through for the video's sake, I think I can also get a half-decent draft pick out of this deal if we do add in Kevin Byard. And pretty close. This is pissing me off. This is why it gets hard at points like this when you try to get all these players on the same team, because you have to trade away so much to get them. But it makes sense because it is a 99 overall player. So let's just try to get a 6th and a 5th from next year along with this deal, and it was accepted. So, does take quite a lot, but for bringing in a player like Rob Gronkowski, a pretty good trade because both of those players, top 2 players, are over 30 years old and they're going to start to decline ASAP. So, Wesley Woodyard, Brian Arakpo, and I really didn't want to trade away Kevin Byard, but we didn't have a 1st or 2nd round draft pick available from this year, so I had to throw him in and also bring in Rob Gronkowski, a 6th and a 5th from next year. So boys, I believe this is going to be the very last 99 overall player we can get for season number 1. That is none other than J.J. Watt. This one's going to be tough because we don't have a 1st round draft pick to use in the deal, but let's see, Logan Ryan, they do need a cornerback, and at left guard, we have Quentin Spain, who they are interested in. And that's about 3/4 of the way going through. So we need one more good player that they are interested in. Now, do I throw in one of the running backs? They do need a running back. DeMarco Murray by chance? Will this get accepted? Not quite. So maybe we need a player they are interested in terms of the green. So to go back to left guard, I mean Quentin Spain. Do I want to trade Carl Klug? They interested in him? They are. Will this be accepted? And it wasn't. So unfortunately, I think we will have to probably trade away. Do we trade away Jarrell Casey for the video's sake? I guess for the video's sake, it's okay because it is a 99 overall, and it just shows that he's possible to bring in. And F me. Can you not get him in season number 1? Do we have to trade away Taylor Lewan as well? How about these 2 players by themselves? That's pretty close, so I think now this will be accepted. Just for the heck of it, let's try draft pick 2. That's quite a lot, but still does show you can trade for him in season number 1. And F my life, bro. It's trying to like irk my nerves to the fullest. So now if we throw in this, are they interested in Corey Levin by chance? Nope, so it will be Quentin Spain, but this should be able to be accepted. So 2-star players, but once again, this video's sake is just to show you the 99 overall players that you can actually trade for no matter what in season number 1. Because like I said, like players like Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, you can, no matter what you do, cannot get them in season number 1. But this is still a lot, but it's still a big player to bring in instead. J.J. Watt, and Finally. Jesus Christ. So finally, we do bring in J.J. Watt. It's really freaking hard when you don't have first-round draft picks. But it does get done as we trade away Jarrell Casey, Taylor Lewan, and Logan Ryan to bring in the big man, J.J. Watt. So the first player that we are going to try to trade for in season number 2 is none other than Von Miller. 99 overall, and it's going to take a lot to bring him in, but we will show that it is possible to get him. Marcus Mariota is a lot to trade away, but once again, just for video's sake. Now, they also need a defensive tackle, and I don't know if we have one they would be interested in. Unfortunately not. So how about at the left guard position? And unfortunately, we have Quentin Spain. So how about both of these guys for Von Miller? Pretty close. So let's see if we can add in a draft pick from this year. How about our second rounder? Would that be enough to bring in Von Miller? And it was accepted. So it does take quite a lot, but regardless, is enough to bring in 99 overall Von Miller. So it does take Marcus Mariota, a 70 overall left guard, in our second round draft pick. So next player in season number 2 that you can trade for that is a 9 overall is none other than Ezekiel Elliott, who does progress to that overall in the next season. Now, why don't we go ahead and trade away one of our tight ends that we already got in today's video. Let's see if this will go through straight up a 99 for 99. I think it will. We'll have to see. Actually, JK, it doesn't go through. So how about we throw in, we don't have a quarterback, let's throw in Kafani Muhammad, who we signed off our practice squad, a player we drafted last year from Cal, and brings it up a little bit. So let's see if a third rounder will also be enough to bring in Zeke. And it was accepted. So it takes Travis Kelce, a third string running back, and a third round draft pick to bring in 99 Zeke. They also have another 99 player that we are going to try to get, and that is Zach Martin. And if I remember correctly, he is kind of hard to get, but not impossible. So they need a fullback. Are they interested in Jolson by chance? Doesn't look like they're interested in Jolson. Not interested in Jolson at all. They don't want Jolston. So do we have any strong safeties they would want? Jonathan Cyprian or Denoris Searcy? They want Jonathan. How about Jonathan straight up? That's pretty freaking close for Zach. So I think now, if we throw in, let's throw in some crappy players. They need a middle linebacker. So let's go with our second best one, Nate Palmer, and try to throw in, let's go with a cornerback. Let's go with Malik Greer, who's a rookie we drafted. Will this be enough? And it was accepted. So it takes an 80 overall, a 68, and a 70 to bring in 99 Zach Martin. Now this one is going to be difficult. The player you can never get in season number 1. I believe you can get him in season number 2, but it's still extremely freaking hard. That is none other than Khalil Mack. Let's see what it's going to take to bring him in. Obviously, it is going to take a first-round draft pick, and that brings it about 3/4 of the way. If that is the case, and you send a trade through for a player, and it's about 3/4, that shows it's possible, but it's freaking almost impossible. It's still possible. If you send this through for a player and it's still in the red, there's no way, no matter what you send, that it'll be accepted. So that's to keep in mind for tips for any connector franchises you do in the future. But there is a chance we can get Khalil. We just have to trade away a good bit to bring him in. So how about Vontae Davis, who I did sign in the offseason? They don't want him. How about Adoree Jackson? Don't want him either, though, although he is a very young player. So let's move on to free safety. We already traded away all our free safeties. We already traded away Taylor Lewan as well, but we do have Jack Conklin at right tackle that they probably do want, and they do send this through. That's pretty freaking close. They really did like Jack. They like Jack a lot. So let's also throw in, let's go with the draft pick, a crappy one. Let's go with the 5th from this year. So first the 5th and Jack Conklin for Khalil Mack, and it wasn't accepted. So I have to jump this up to about probably a 4th. See if this will be accepted, and it was. So for a player you can never get in season number 1, in season number 2, it takes a 1st, 83 Jack Conklin, and a 4th. So the same story as Khalil Mack, another player that it's impossible to get in year number 1, but you can get in season number 2, but it's still extremely hard to get him. That's Aaron Donald, 99 overall, right in from the LA Rams. But since we traded so much stuff away, it's probably going to take some of our 99 overall players. And as you see right here, they value 99 overall Julio Jones just about as much as the first round draft pick that we just sent in for Khalil Mack. Maybe a little bit more, but that's still the fact that it's not even halfway. It'd take probably 3 Julio Jones to bring in Aaron Donald's kind of crazy, but we're still going to make this deal happen. But let's see what it's going to take. I don't think we have any outside line. Oh, we do. We have Derek Morgan, who hopefully they don't want. That sucks. How about Kevin? They want Kevin? They don't want Kevin. I don't want to trade away Vaughn, too. Let's try... How about... Do we already trade away our right guard? Do we already... No, we have Zach. So we trade away Zach for the video's sake. How about Ben? They want Ben? They don't want Ben. They don't want Ben. So how about a running back? How about we trade away DeMarco Murray? They are interested, and it's relatively close. So what if we also throw in our first from next year, and it's not accepted. So we need a player that they are interested in. So maybe I do have to trade away. Let's go with, do they want Greg Olsen by chance? They do. So how about Julio and Greg instead? That's pretty close. So now if we throw in our second from next year, will this be accepted for Aaron Donald? And it's not. If for some reason it never seemed like they valued the first round draft pick from the next year more than the second, so this probably won't go through either. And it doesn't, which is stupid. It's freaking stupid. So now I'm in a predicament. So let's throw in, how about one of those running backs instead, DeMarco as well? Oh my effing god, this is making me irate. I need one more player that they are interested in. And I might just throw in somebody else, like a 9 overall player, just to make this happen for the video. And we might actually have to do that because we don't have much else to trade away for the video. So let's go with, screw it, Von Miller. It takes a lot to bring Aaron in, but it was accepted. Aaron Donald is coming to Tennessee for some pretty freaking good players. So the next player that you can never get in year number 1 that we're going to get in year number 2 is 99 Le'Veon Bell. Now let's see what it's going to take to bring him in. We do have some good wide receivers. About Eric or Corey? They are interested in Corey. Send this through, and it's about halfway. So we might get away with actually having to trade any other great players for this deal, but a first round draft pick, that's pretty close. So let's see a player they're kind of interested in. Let's go with Derrick Henry. Instead of Derrick, let's go with DeMarco since he is older. So DeMarco, a first round draft pick from next year, and Corey Davis for Le'Veon Bell, and it was accepted. And like I said, you normally can never get him in year number 1, but you can get him in season number 2. Now, another player on the Browns, and I think this might be the last player for today's video, and that is Antonio Brown. And once again, for some reason, you can always get Julio Jones in season number 1, but you can never get Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr. But now Antonio is 30 years old, so you can get him. You can also get Odell in season number 2, but he's not a 99, so he didn't fit the mold of the video. But let's bring in Antonio. They still need a wide receiver. How about Rashard Matthews or Eric Decker? They kind of want Rashard, and it's in the red. So this might be a little bit harder than I thought, but we're still going to try to make it happen. Let's throw in Gronk. I mean, why not, just for the video's sake. Pretty close now. Take out Gronk and throw in, what? We have Zach. Let's just freaking throw in Zach too, just to make this go through. So now I think we throw in a first round draft pick for next year, or we have a second. Will this go through? And it doesn't. So we might actually have to trade away with everything we have left. Probably have to trade away. Let's try Derek, and if not, we'll have to throw in like another 99. What the heck? So I think it's going to have to be another extremely good player for this deal to go through. How about Rashard, since they do need a wide receiver? Not accepted again. So it's going to have to be, do we have another 99 on the team? We have to. I think we have JJ, don't we? And we have Aaron. Or who? Let's go. Yeah, let's go Aaron. So Aaron, Gronk, and Zach, it's a lot, but just for video's sake, the deal was accepted, and we do bring in 99 overall Antonio Brown. So boys, that is all the 99 overall players that you can trade for in Madden 18 in the first 2 seasons of franchise mode. Hopefully this did help. And those last couple players I did trade for when I was trading away the 99 overall players, it doesn't have to be a 99. It just has to be a player that they're interested in. It could be like an 83 overall, but as long as it has the green interest, for the most part, they value it just about the same. So hopefully this video did help, and hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on this video. If you guys have any more ideas similar to this for future videos, let me know in the comment section below. But with that said, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.